The anime begins with a mountain, where a beautiful palace is built. Guards are talking each other with devices, and a beautiful girl named Luo ridicules the security system. She wonders if the laser system is old and professionally crossed it. Luo keeps her hand on the scanner and sees a beautiful dragon ring that is shining, and she is scared. Meanwhile, the alarm rings, and security alerts and her comrade sits on the pillar. He jumps and knocks down all the guards. Both fight like a team and beat all the guards. We also see that Luo is a professional fighter, and she also apologizes for being careless. In the following scene, Luo says that she will leave this organization, which was their last mission. She also expresses her feelings for her partner, Yunki, and he also pretends to be with her. Luo is excited and says we will live near the shore and enjoy their life. Yunki inquires about the dragon ring, and says that she is the important personality for him. Luo hands over him the dragon ring, and Yunki stabs in her stomach, saying that none can leave the organization without dying. Yunki also notices that this ring is not a dragon ring. Instead, it is a wedding ring that Luo brought. Luo says, "I am not going to give you the dragon ring," and jumps into the sea. When she falls into the sea, the dragon ring's power activates, and a portal opens for her. Now the scene changes, where the leading hero feels something wrong with time-space, and there is lightning in his body. He uses lightning formation and kills the demon in his surroundings, and black smoke can be seen in his hand. His servant Ling Feng arrives, and he inquires about time-space. Ling Feng replies that it happens for a second. A horse arrives from the sky. The hero sits on it and goes away. The scene again changes in General Su's mansion, where Sushi is trying to drown her sister in the pot. Now, Luo opens her eyes and sees some strange people. Sushi inspires with her stamina, because she is in the water for 15 minutes and doesn't die. Sushi uses another technique and whips her. She then also throws a water pot at her. Luo sees her reflection in the water, where she is wearing traditional clothes that she never wears before. Her body has switched with the owner's body, and her sister Sushi is beating her brutally, because she has no spiritual power. Sushi also cannot allow her to marry the crown prince. Seeing her angry face, she is scared and asks her servants to have fun with her. Sushi also took Su Luo's maid with her so that she couldn't help her. When the servants try to touch her with evil intentions, she beats them hard using her fighting skills. But Su Lu's body is weak, and she can't see them. A servant tries to stab her, but she holds it with her hand, and another attacks her from the backside. Meanwhile, the leading hero appears, making both servants disappear with his power. Lulu is weak, that's why she falls in his arms and wants to say something, because his face is similar to Yunki. Jin Wang says that she shouldn't be scared now because none will harm her. Luo thinks he is flirting with her, so she holds his shirt and falls him to the ground. Ling Feng and her maid are horrified at what she is doing with the prince. Ling Feng tries to stop her, but the king doesn't allow him. Ling Feng throws her into his flying horse and follows her by flying in the air. Lulu is mad at him and surprised to see northern Ling Town. There is a giant turtle who runs like thunder, and she is also unable to understand how she can fly. She asks Jin by keeping her hand on his neck. Jin tells her that she should be killed for doing such a stupid thing, because he is a highly skilled cultivator. He brings her to the Elevation Palace, where he wants to test her spiritual power. He says that you have already come here, but your spiritual power level was 0 at that time. She says that girls change over time and also get more powerful. There is also a crystal, on which she has to keep her hand to test her powers. When she keeps her hand on the crystal, a voice appears from the pearl. She thinks that it's artificial technology. Crystal says that cultivators can change their fate with spiritual power. Spiritual powers are divided into 5 parts: wind, water, lightning, wood, and fire. The spiritual level is also divided into red, orange, yellow, dark green, light green, 6th, blue, and purple. Crystal reveals that red indicates the lowest power and purple signifies the highest level. Here, the evaluation test starts with 0 wind, and the same case with lightning and water elements. Jin thinks she has spiritual powers, because how can she defeat many servants without spiritual power? Jin is now disappointed. But when going to test the wood, the whole palace is filled with plants and flowers from her heart. Jin is also surprised by watching it, because her spiritual level is the highest in purple. Now, it's time to check the fire element, and she burns all the plants with it, because it also has a purple level. Plant's ashes turn into a flower, meaning she has 2 elements, fire and wood, which is impossible. It can be possible if she has a dragon ring and passes through time and space. He thinks Great Emperor Nishan and Goddess Yanhua prepared humans to fight with spiritual people. In this fight, Emperor Nishan dies, and Goddess Yanhua seals the dragon ring with the Emperor's soul. She also combines the power of the Emperor and Goddess because of the ring, and everyone forgets about spacetime. Scene switches to the present, where he sees that Luo is attached to a crystal and draining the power. Jin uses lightning formation and breaks the crystal. He catches her again, and Luo didn't remember anything except wood and fire level power. She says that Jin's hand is injured, but Jin tells her to go from here, and he will come to her after 3 days. He also calls his horse to take her back. However, Luo doesn't want to meet him again, and Jin again makes her sit on the horse and she goes. Jin has to kill all the living beings here to keep Luo's power secret. So, Jin uses his power, and we see horrible red-eyed crows. Jin Wang listens to the voice of a crow demon, who threatens him that they will suck his blood entirely. Jin Wang uses his lightning power and they vanish, but their power increases when they appear. One crow attacks Jin Wang and stings him, and he can't dodge. So, Jin Wang uses his black formation lightning and kills all the crow demons. The spirit comes out from the crow that says that we can't die. Spirit also says that you will become a demon and destroy the world, and Jin crushes the spirit. He orders his servant to keep an eye on Luo and don't let her come out from the Su's mansion. Now, Jin has to deal with time-space and wants to confirm this thing from his master. So he goes. The scene changes to Lu Mansion, where Lu Luo, the owner's maid, is happy to see Luo. She tells her what she will answer to the crown prince if she disappears. She also exposes that her marriage was fixed with the crown prince when she was born. So many powerful beings were hovering, so they think you are mighty. When they realize that you haven't any spiritual power, they feel disgusted. Her sister Sushi hates her a lot, because she wants to become the crown prince's wife. Lu Luo believes Luo loves Jin Wang and wants to marry him. That's why she doesn't want to marry the crown prince. However, Luo says that it's not true because she doesn't believe in any man. She also says that men have evil intentions. Ling Feng is mad at her because she utters bad words for his lords. We also see a person in black clothes going into Lu's mansion. Scene changes when Luo is taking a bath and sees the wounded body of Su Luo. She has decided that she will not allow anyone to play with her. The intruder is watching her by keeping a hole in the door. Now, Luo went to sleep. The intruder goes to her bed, but the bed is empty and Luo is behind him. As the scene changes, the crown prince is having fun with girls. He also throws a girl that is a demon crow. He informs that Jin, his brother, went to the evaluation palace, and the crow demon failed to make him lose. The crown prince gets angry and attacks him, turning into his original form of demon. The crows have inserted their energy into Jin and will convert him into a demon. There is also a girl with him, his fiancée, and the crown prince is interested in the girl, because this girl cannot be ordinary. Now, he wants to meet her. In the following scene, the crown prince comes into Su's mansion with his grandeur, where he is warmly welcomed. Luo also comes, and her father tells her to greet the prince. The crown prince narrates the incident of her zero spiritual power and praises her figure. He also asks what punishment he should give her, and Luo rudely replies. Meanwhile, Miss Sushi appears and accuses Luo that she hired someone to kill her. Luo says she didn't do such an evil thing, because she was sleeping. Ling Feng, who was listening to everything, knows the reality. Scene changes, where Luo twists the intruder's hand and loses consciousness. She also finds 2 medicines, one of them for killing, and the second one can increase masculine power. She binds him in the air and compels him to tell the name of the person who sent him. He tells her that Sushi gave him this task. The scene again changes, when Sushi calls manager Mu, who says that Luo gave him a task to kill Sushi. Luo proves that she does not have enough money to buy the scent then. So, how can she hire a serial killer? Sushi becomes angry, and a beard can be seen on her face. Now, she becomes so angry that she turns into a man, because she has a dual personality. Everybody's watching her in bewilderment, and Jin Wing is also watching it through the crystal. He is also laughing. Her father tells her to apologize to the king, but she refuses because she didn't do anything wrong. Guards appear to teach her a lesson, but the crown prince refuses to do so, because he thinks he can only punish her. The crown prince wants to take her outside and hold her face. Everyone is surprised at what the crown prince is going to do. Meanwhile, an arrow parts them away, and a voice reveals the crown prince's real name. A person appears and takes the prince to the wall with the sword. Ling Feng is behind the wall, that's why he's scared to death. Luo asks who he is, and Lu Luo says he is your best friend, Master Baiken Ying. Master Baiken Ying exposes that this manager took a lot of money from Sushi to put the allegation on Luo. Sushi and Crown Prince say that outsiders can't participate in other matters. After that, Master Baiken Ying makes fun of the Crown Prince, who is interested in Sushi. Luo openly says the word gay for the prince, and everyone looks at her in shock. The crown prince gets in anger, and Master Baiken also follows him. Luo's father slaps her for being rude to the crown prince. Luo faints because her father used his power. The scene changes, where Luo is in a cell, and her maid is trying to open the door. She also finds a cutter and tries to open the door. Luo takes the blade from her. She decides to open it on her own. Sushi appears, who whips Luo and accuses them of escaping from here. Luo's condition is miserable, and Luo feels sad for her. Sushi also hurts her hand with her heel and orders her guards to break her other hand. Luo makes fun of Sushi by calling her transgender, and she becomes angry. She tries to whip her, but she holds it and pulls her toward the cell. Her purpose is to become her hostage and to save Luo. At the same time, Luo's father arrives, and Sushi tells him they will escape, which is why she stops them. Luo's father uses his power and throws her away. She pleads with her father to leave Luo by considering that person her father. Her father says, "You are only a piece of trash for me, and today you insulted the king, which made me angry." He also orders guards to make Luo to feed of the beast. Now, Luo and Lulo are moving toward each other to hold hands. But her father kills Lulu with his power. Luo is badly depressed because she has lost her best friend. Meanwhile, a flash of considerable lightning appears and breaks the cell's roof. We see Jin, wrathful, and ask Luo why she is sad. She talks to him rudely and says she can handle it herself. Thunder is coming out of his body, and Luo's father also arrives by watching the lightning. Prince Jin says that who dares to torment her girl, and Luo's father thinks about how Luo can be his girl. Now Jin uses his power to make Luo's father step aside, and threatens to kill all of them. Sushi hides behind her father, slapping her face to kill Luo's maid. He imposes his crime on her daughter to save his life and accuses his wife of not bringing up the girl properly. Lulu calls his father, which makes him happy, but she says, "I'm calling you father last time." She cuts her hair with a blade and says there is no relation between them. In the next scene, Ling Fang is trying to find an elixir that can make the dead person alive. Only 3 are left, and his master is also ill, but he didn't take it. The scene shifts to the water pool, where Luo is trying to find Jin and checks the water. Jin takes her inside the water, and Luo understands that something is inside it. Jin tries to come near her, but she sees Yunqi's face. She also went out of the pool, and Jin lost his senses. After some time, he awakens and asks about the dragon ring. She wonders how he can know about it. He reveals that the dragon ring considers Luo its owner, which will protect her from danger. He tells her that space-time is the most powerful, and that 4 powerful tribes are behind this power, so she should avoid telling anyone. He also says that your power has been locked, and Luo wants to unseal her power at any cost. He says that he will help, and she sees her maid and becomes happy. Luo tells her that she is alive because of Jin, and Luo thinks that he is not a wrong person. In the next scene, Jin tells her to eat medicine, and she eats until her stomach is full. Jin thinks she is out of her senses, and he understands that this technique will not work. So he presses her Venus point to activate her spiritual power, but she thinks he is trying to take advantage of her. Jin also feels happy by teasing her, and she becomes furious with him. Now, Jin reads a magic book where demonic power emerges from his body. He feels pain and mistakenly gets the method to unseal her power. Meanwhile, demonic power turns into a sharp arrow that penetrates his body. Due to demonic power, Jin sees a vision when he is young, and the demon tells him that he can't escape from him. The scene changes when Ling Fang enters the palace and some glass pieces attack him. He dodges and confuses those who can dare to attack him. Luo appears with a smile and is shocked to see Ling Fang at the place of Jin. She sets a trap for Jin, and her mood is off because of this. She also apologizes and says that your lord is lazy and always tells you to do the task. Ling Fang becomes angry that she is saying nasty things to a master, who is trying to find a method to unseal your power. He also says that he can lose control of his body by doing this. Suddenly he realizes that he had spoken too much and runs away. Lulu gives an evil smile and decides to know about it. She successfully goes to where Jin is studying and sees him lying on the floor. Jin is on the floor and in pain. She tries to inquire about him, but he throws her away and tells her to go from here. She tries to go but can't because she can't see him in pain. So he again throws her away. Demonic power overpowered him and his eyes turned red. He holds Lulu from the neck and raises his hand. She is in the air, takes out a mirror and attacks his hand. After being wounded, he gains his senses and removes the piece from his hand. He again penetrates it into his other hand, and demonic power goes. His eyes have turned into their original form. Meanwhile, a white shadow appears. A goddess-like girl arrives and heals his wounds. She also apologizes for coming late. She asks her to go from here, but Jin holds her hand because he is unaware. In the following scene, Luo's mood is off when her maid arrives. She tells her about Celestial Yao's healing abilities and great spirits. She also says that Celestial Yao and Jin are the best couples for each other. By listening to it, she becomes mad and twists her arm angrily. Meanwhile, Jin arrives and apologizes for hitting her, and she says, "You are about to kill me." He says that he has found the method and can quickly get 2 ingredients. He can also get the space of grass that is in his region and dragon blood from gods. But the water of the spiritual sky is difficult to obtain. It can only get into the palace of the crown prince, and Lulu is confident that she can grab it quickly. They must have to steal the water of the spiritual sky, and Lulu is quite confident in doing it. Jin wonders how a girl can usually take it. In the following scene, the crown prince is mad at Master Baiken Ying because he is the reason for losing Luo. He also had a firm belief that Jin told him to do this. Sushi calms him down and diverts his attention toward beautiful scenery. Meanwhile, he listens to the bugler and thinks someone was trying to enter a hidden treasure. When he stood there, Sushi fell. She told him that it was just a bell and ignored it. The crown prince tells her to stay away because she has become a man. The crown prince orders the guards to scatter and find them in the forest. Their plane is booming, and Luo is surprised to see the hidden treasure palace. He says that we must go through illusions to grab the water of the spiritual sky. A shadow or power appears that takes them to the illusionary world of the greenery area. Jin gives Luo a flower and praises her. They also see a skeleton that was a trespasser who dared to come into this illusion, but couldn't go from there. Jin wants to use his power, but Luo doesn't allow him because his attack can be reversed on him. It's a mirror world dependent on the sun's bird. Jin uses his power and demolishes him at once. The crown prince is also watching them going to the next level. The crown prince's servant comes and tells him that he is his brother, who dares to get inside. The crown prince decides not to allow him to go from here. The scene changes when they reach the book pavilion, and Jin knows it will not be easy for them. He tells her to be cautious, and Lulu feels that many people are watching them. So many bookshelves started attacking them when the lamp turns off. Jin tries to save her by embracing her, but she falls when he can't dodge a bookshelf. She also notices a plate and reaches for it using her fighting skills. But a bookshelf again attacks her, and she falls in Jin's arm. She tells him that the plate is doing all these things, and they have to destroy this plate. She also reveals that she has attached Patel with the plate so she can locate its location. We can see lightning in Jin's body as if he is going to attack Lulu's provided location. They have gone to the third treasure armory palace with the lightning explosion. On the other side, the crown prince is mad and does something by touching the crystal, and the crystal stars sparkling. In the next scene, Jin creates a dragon to divert the attention of lightning. He also tells Luo to stay with her and reach the door, but she is attracted to the sword and holds it. She sees a girl's vision by holding it, and lightning attacks them. Jin takes all the lightning on him and saves her. Another lightning will appear, but the sword protects her. Sword also takes them out of the illusion, and Jin says that this sword is considered Luo Master. The crown prince is so mad that they have also broken his third level, and decide to face them. Scene changes, where there is a vast pot, through which they can get the spiritual sky water. They gather all the ingredients and put them in the pot that gives them a bottle, and Luo drinks it. But nothing happens after drinking it, and the water power is activated, creating a water bowl with an explosion. There is also smoke, and when the smoke clears, he sees that Luo has been entrapped in the water bowl. Luo loses her senses when Jin gives her breath, and when Jin is almost going to faint, Luo helps him. The crown prince also reaches the room and sees that the room is filling up from the water. He also utters the word spacetime shockingly. Both are in Jin's palace in the following scene, because Luo has taken them with her power. She also brings pot with her and decides to prepare many healing drinks with it. The scene changes when Jin meets with Luo, who is taking a bath and thinking about why her seal doesn't unlock. She also asks the same thing from Jin, and Jin kisses her and she sees a vision. In her vision, she sees little Jin Wang, who has extraordinary power, and people are separating him from her mother. They want to kill him, because they think Jin will turn into a demon and kill all of them. Her mother gave her all power to him and burned herself. She also transferred in the golden butterfly. Her mother instructs him to control himself, otherwise he will burn everything. A golden butterfly sits on Luo's finger, and she takes it to little Jin and says that your mother is still with you. She also embraces little Jin and comes into reality. Both are unaware of what is happening right now. Jin says that you can't control your powers. That's why it's happening. Jin says that you are unstable in space and also perceives that the dragon's blood doesn't mix up well. Jin also has an idea to bring the blood of a real dragon to unlock her power. Meanwhile, Yao appears and tells Luo to go from here because she wants to talk with Jin. Yao says that Jin has to go to Sunset Mountain with her as he promised to go with her. Jin also tells Luo to go with him, and Luo agrees after a discussion. Mask makes the Crown Prince aware that Jin is going to Sunset Mountain. As space-time appears, 4 powerful tribes gather. The Crown Prince also orders his servants to prepare for his ride, because he will not let Jin allow to snatch everything from him. In the following scene, they reach the Sunset Mountain. Yao's maid tells her to be careful, because many beasts are here. Yao also offers Jin to accompany her, but Jin wants to protect Luo and catch the Ironbark Dragon. He takes Luo to the safest place and goes to save Yao because beasts are attacking her. He also gives her a pendant and says that she can press it to call him if she is in trouble. When the beast is about to attack her from the backside, Jin arrives and uses his lighting power to eliminate it. There also clouds appear, and a dragon appears and attacks them with fire. But Jin uses his lightning power to eliminate him. An enormous explosion appears, and the scene shifts. The scene changes when Luo goes into the cave and thinks she should rely on herself. She also decides to awaken her power with dragon blood. A pendant falls on her nose, and blood appears. Because of blood, a bolt of lightning appears, and she sees a dragon's egg. She knows that this is a treasure and is happy, because she can earn a lot of money by selling it. Meanwhile, the Crown Prince appears and asks her about time-space. He also says that Jin has the power to consume her power, and he has evil intentions. He also says that Jin has killed her mother by draining her powers. He also wants to take her with him, and Luo's foot slips. A light appears, and the Crown Prince notices an egg behind her. Another golden fire falls on them, and they are in the air with the pendant. Luo falls to the ground and sees a dragon egg that has broken. A black dragon appears from the egg and thinks that she is his mother. He also bites her finger and takes her to the space by creating a bowl. Luo also tastes the sweet water and also loves the cute dragon. He is also talking with her. He says that he will protect her and also can come into her space because he is a divine beast. On the other hand, Jin blames himself for destroying the place where he left Luo. He thinks something has happened with her and also hurts himself by activating his power. Yao is trying to calm him down by saying that there is no Luo's blood or body. It reveals that she is safe and Jin wants to go to find her. But Yao makes him unconscious and tries to heal him because he is injured. Yao also sends some guards to locate Luo. On the other hand, Luo wants to spend some time here, but she is worried about her body. So, she jumps into reality, and a black shadow hovers around her. Her spirit wood power grows plants around her, and Demon understands that she has time-space. Listening to some voices, the demon runs away, and a girl appears in the mask. She tells her that Jin has sent her to find Luo, and she also attacks her with the sword. Luo tries to dodge her, but her neck is wounded, and she realizes that Jin didn't send her. Luo starts running, and plants grow, but the girl is professionally cutting them with her blazer. The girl utters the word die and throws a blade on her shoulder that injures her. She also binds her hand with a spell. Meanwhile, Dragon appears and eats her sword that can't be broken from any metal. The dragon also takes out a fire, but that's not enough to beat the girl, because he is a little dragon. Luo tells him to come to her, and Dragon does as her master says and matches their power. Dragon disappears, and girl's attention diverts. Luo frees her bound hands. Meanwhile, Dragon appears and attacks the girl. Luo also cuts her neck with style. She also uncovers the girl's mask and is shocked to see Yao's guard. It means she sent her guard to kill her. The scene changes, where the Crown Prince gets the pendant, and Jin appears because the charm has been pressed mistakenly. He asks where Luo is, and he says that he do not know because he was passing from here. Jin again vomits blood, and his condition worsens. Yao arrives and tries to heal him again, because he has left his treatment to come here. He wants to find Luo again, but Yao tries to make him stop. Meanwhile, Luo arrives, and Jin goes near her, but he pushes him away. She thinks Jin is doing all this to grab her power. Jin tries to convince her by embracing her and saying she is special to him. He also kisses her, which takes him to space. But she thinks he has come into space because he wants to take her power. She again comes into reality and wants to go, but Jin intends to stop her. Luo wants to attack him with her dagger, but Yao attacks her with a robe that turns into a sword. Jin comes in front of her, and it penetrates his body. Jin has been severely injured, and the Crown Prince calls him a black demon. Luo is also ready to fight with him and worries about Jin. After this episode ends, watch the video of the left side if you have missed the previous video, then subscribe to Annie Summary for more anime recaps.